Yes, hi, good evening everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I just want to explain to you a little bit about the Happiness Photo Project. This is a project by the Mount Hope Project. We are a nonprofit that has a mission to use film and the arts to make impact on lives. So the photo project is actually a workshop that we conducted with kids living in a garbage disposal facility in the Philippines, in Payatas, Quezon City. These kids, they're ranging from 6 to 13 years old, and we asked them all throughout, for one whole month, we asked them to take pictures of anything and everything that makes them happy. So time and again, we sent them out around only in their surroundings. We sort of did a controlled environment. So they were taking photos, and we would all gather up at the end of the day and sort of do a sharing as to why these photos mean something to them. So those are the photos that you'll see outside. There's also captions coming from the children themselves. These are photos that, it's a really simple photo if you look at it. Just like by face value, it's a really simple photo, but when you get to talk to these kids and when you hear why this photo is important to them, you get to think about its real meaning. And I think that's what's really important. I think a big thing about this whole project is to also tell their stories, how they perceive the world, what makes them happy, what gives them hope. And this is what we want to share to you all. So I'd like to thank Hubo Productions, Will Fredo, and the amazing film, Garden of Eve.
Clear supporter, Miss New York.
And of course, I would like to make mention of Miss...
Color here is just to clear.
Yes, I would like to call on Jeanette Josu, Miss New York, United States.
Please come over just to be recognized.
Supporter.
Like a real fast one, so everyone sees you here. No, we'll say
Yes.
Yes.
She's such a big supporter of the cause, and
Just say hi to them, and then of course they have the opportunity to meet you outside too. But just say hi to them, and yeah.
Okay, well guys, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I think IFFM is a great way to kind of merge creativity, passion, and cultural diversity. And it's also a great way to just kind of bring out awareness through the power of film. So thanks for coming and supporting, and I hope to see you guys next year.
thank you so much. And I do have a little bit of it's like a bookmarker that will be given away. There's more information about this, about the photo exhibit, as well as outside. And I can't thank enough Hugo Productions and for partnering up with us to use this amazing film to raise awareness on women's issues and to help us with our cause. That is to, tell the story of these children, and eventually all the funds that we're raising will go to their scholarship fund, because we're sponsoring them for elementary and secondary education as well. So thanks so much for coming, and please stop by. If you have questions for me outside, I would love to answer them.
And how many are we sending to school now?
Our first batch is six kids to school, and we're anticipating to grow a lot more. We're going to reach more lives as we go along, and we'll be happy if you guys could support us with that.
So on behalf of Mount Hope Project and IFFM, we'd like to thank Hubo Pictures for helping us with this. But now, without further ado, we're here because of the producers of Hubo. I guess we'll get Mr. Will Fredo first. Ladies and gentlemen, the producer of this film, Mr. Will Fredo of Hubo Pictures. Please welcome them.
Hello, thank you for joining us today and for watching Ganap na Babae, Garden of Eve. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'd like to also introduce one of the producers is actually taking pictures, so he's over there, it's Fernell Cruz. And I'd like to recognize Miss Lisa Dino. She's the one that represented Greg Macaray last night in the Once Night.
Yes, beauty queens all.
Yeah.
So Lisa Dino was with Channel Pilipinas, and Miss New York actually was Miss New Jersey competed in Miss USA, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I competed in Miss something before. Yes. So, so tell us about the reason why I'm fascinated about this movie is the empowerment for women. Let's start with the filmmakers. I know that you had 2 collaborations with 2 filmmakers who have been doing indie films, but otherwise you actually selected the 3rd filmmaker. What was the process in that? Was that a film contest? Did you ask them to submit scripts, or did you give them a script and then they implemented it?
So
And what are the names of them?
So we have actually 2 professional filmmakers. It's Rica Arevalo, the one that did the Cougar movie, and there's the one with the 2 sisters. It's by Ellen Ramos, and then we did a search. We actually did a whole publicity asking people to send scripts, women who wanted to do their film. So we actually found this one woman. Her name is Sara Rojas, and she's the one that did the prostitute.
Let me ask you, because majority of Hobo are men, right? So with this particular project, which is woman empowerment, why did you choose to do that particular topic? And are you still pursuing women empowerment in the productions that you're producing?
So actually, there's 2 women in the Hobo production. So there's 4 guys and then two women in the company. But actually, it first started with I'm having lunch with in this Korean restaurant, and then I was talking to somebody and asking, how many women directors in the Philippines? And she was counting like this, and there's only like 1 hand, it's not even 2 hands for the women directors that she can count. And one of my favorite women directors is Marilu Diaz-Abaya, and I was trying to say, like, is there anybody else? I was like, so when we were talking that way, like I thought, how come we don't have any women doing films in the Philippines? So that's how it started, and we started doing this whole project. And now we're here and we're showing it to you guys, and it's helping other children, and hopefully one of them will be filmmakers someday. So.
Of course, everyone has an opportunity to meet them outside, right? But we have a couple of questions. To start with, you have 3 topics. One is senior citizen, one is the simple lass who wants to go abroad, and of course, the prostitute, who suddenly says her name is Filipinas. So I'm just intrigued with those 3 diversified topics, where they specifically ask, did you specifically plan that out so they can be a diversified topic, or it was just submitted by the 3 filmmakers?
So actually, there's we didn't try to control whatever creativity they have. So we basically asked them to write whatever they think is their point of view as women directors. So one of them wanted to tackle ageism, like the double standard with older women having younger men, and one of them is actually based on a true story. The 2 sisters, who one of them went to Japan and got killed and all that stuff, is actually based on a true story. And she wanted to discuss